Well, I've just done the two big capacitors on the board. One's 1000 microfarads, the other's a 500. So I've got a 1000 and a 520 in there. But what a job to solder them. All this plastic is attached to this metal frame. It's all got bent over tabs, look. And I mean, you touch this, it's just going to snap right off. So we've got no chance there. So, and obviously these have got 3 negative terminals. These old not transistors, old capacitors. But only one of the 3 is the negative. The other 2 are just there to key it in, just to tie it in on this particular bit of the board. So yeah, what a pig of a job. Anyway, I've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to do. That one is going to be a devil as well. So probably, again, it's really close to this bit of plastic. Yeah, I might have to snip that and solder it to the wire there on the front. Back one should be okay. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get in underneath that unless I take this board out, which means bending all these tabs back. I might be able to just bend. Be careful, I don't want to trash my glue there. As you can see, I'm juggling 3 parts here to try and get this done. Just worried that some wires are going to come off. It'll take me days to find out where they went. Yeah, I'm going to try and get just this half of the board off. So you can see, I hope you can see, no you can't. Can you see what I'm doing? Apologies for the shaky cam. But what I'm trying to do, I don't know if you can see, is there's these tabs in here. I'm just trying to bend them. So as they'll go back, there we go. Right, I should be able to get that one out now. Yeah, I reckon I can get to that one. I'm sure there's an easier way. There must be. There must be an easier way. Anyway, I'm going to crack on and get these other caps done. I'm sure you don't want to watch me, well, you probably do want to watch me struggling, but it's easier to try and do this without worrying about the camera, etc. So bear with me, I'm going to get these done. Well, that's it, the recap is done. You can't quite see it all, but there we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 electrolytics on the amplifier board. These 2 here are Panasonic Gold, 105 degree rated. Should sound fantastic in an audio circuit. The rest are all Vishays, all actuals, good quality capacitors. Never found one of those fail jet, so fingers crossed it'll stay that way. So the next thing is going to be, obviously I've got to wait for the glue to dry on the capacitor that I've done, which is down there. So I'm going to wait for that one to dry up. It is dry to the touch now. So what we'll probably do while we're waiting is have a quick look at these capacitors. Let's get you down a bit. There's the ESR meter. There's my little pile of capacitors I've taken out. So go with the big ones first. Now these are really robustly made. You know, the other one that I checked in the power supply wasn't too bad actually. It was certainly usable, but you know, for how long? So Right, so this is the first one. This is supposed to be 1000 microfarads. 1427, so it's gone a bit high. ESR is good though. Next one, 500 microfarads. .475, so that one's good. Gone a little bit low, but that's fine. Now these are the shockers, I think. This one is 50 microfarads. .62, not too bad. Yes, that was good. This one is 5 microfarads. Oopsie. Yes, now this is the, don't forget this is the audio board, so any capacitors here can affect the sound. That one's high ESR, so let's try another one. This is another 5 microfarad. Ooh, ho, ho. Had it. Well over 40 ohms ESR. This one's 100 microfarads. 135, so that one's gone high. ESR's good though. And another one of these little 5 microfarads. 17.7. Absolutely shot. Oh, it does make it feel a lot better when you find them like that. You think sometimes you recap a radio, test them all, and they're all within tolerance. You think, oh, was that really worth doing? Yeah, probably it was, but not a game changer. Certainly they would account for the bad audio without a doubt. So fingers crossed we should have some lovely audio. Right, I need to have a bit of a clear up now, stop putting this thing back together. So before I do put it back together, I've got some servicing jobs which are going to make it a lot easier with it out of circuit like this. I can clean all these switches here, I can clean that switch bank, I can give a squirt of switch cleaner into the pots there, the bass, the treble and the volume. That's all accessible now. And I've probably got a little bit better clearance on these pins as well to clean them, so I'm going to crack on and do some of that again while I'm waiting for the glue to dry. Okay, so this is the big electrolytic in the power supply. It's not that big. I want to stabilise it so it's not moving about so much, but what I'd forgotten, I was thinking of filling the whole lot of this up and just blobbing this on, but we have got the vent in the top of the capacitor. I don't really want to block the vent on it, so what I'm going to do is just squidge it down one side. I might be able to squidge it down a couple sides just to hold it in place. Stop it rattling around in the can. And then I'm going to epoxy this top bit back on. Yeah, that'll line up quite nicely with a bit of epoxy. I'm going to reclamp it again then and leave that overnight. That's come out quite good, I'm pleased with that. Right. Just get my glue gun heated up, let's get it on high. I'll get that done. Right, well I got up, well I don't know why, but I got up mega early this morning and decided I'd start putting this thing back together. You'll notice on this side that I've got all of the dial cord wrapped up like a Christmas turkey. The reason for that is underneath here. How much of this you'll be able to see, I do not know. Let me see if I can get you in a bit closer. A bit light on the subject. in underneath here you'll see we have 3 rubber grommets. Now this one I've changed. These 2 are shot. Now the tuning gang is in the way for me to get a screwdriver in and undo those. So the only other way is to take these screws out and take the VHF tuner out altogether. Then I can get at it. Obviously if I do that, all the dial cord's going to fall off. So I'm hoping that by sticking all that like that, I've got that sorted. So bear with me, I'm going to try and get that off. Okay, just as an example, here's one that I took out just now. You can see it's all split in parts, and that's a new one. But they're not exactly the same. As I say, these are Russian, so I don't really know what size they are. I have got some that look a bit more similar, but they're too big really. The holes are too big in them, so this is about the best I've got that will fit. You can see I've got the bottom pulley there done up as well, so hopefully that will stop any of this moving. So it's just a case of undoing these 2 screws now, hopefully, and I can get at it. That's what I'm hoping. It's turned out to be a little bit more involved than I thought, this one. I really thought half a day and I'd have this off the bench, but it's not going to be. Okay. Yeah, that allows me to get in at them now. I say they're pretty mangled up. It's just age really. Rubber deteriorates with age, as those of you that have got old cassette decks will know too well. So there's a screw and a washer on each of these. So you can see they are pretty bad. Yeah, they're absolutely shot. Well, this makes it a bit easier. There's a keyhole slot in these, so my new one should just slide in there nicely. There we go. That's 1, 2. Incidentally, if you want these, I mean, I got these as a job lot from Farnell. There's 100 in there, and they didn't cost a lot, to be fair. You know, if you're doing old radios, you're going to need some grommets, because it's something that was used quite a lot, especially for this application, stopping vibration in and around tuning gangs. You know, Roberts used them quite a lot on some of their older sets. And these actually, I believe are from another supplier. It's going to be a pain in the ass now, not going in it. This thing, new rubber. There we go, it's got 1 quart. Yeah, new rubber hasn't got a lot of give, which is good. That's what we want. There we go. Now I don't want to murder these up too tight. As you can see, they're already skewing out a little bit. But we just want it to catch it, give it a bit of insulation and a bit of suspension. So hopefully I can put that back. And I won't have lost any of my tuning setup. So you notice while I was turning the unit, it actually turned the tuning dial as well. So So that's how you change the rubbers on a Selena Vega 210, 212. There's a couple more here actually on the tuning gang that, yeah, they've perished as well. Great. Okay, I've got more to do. Just noticed those. Yeah, you notice these three are also gone, look. Well, if they're not gone, they're certainly going. Yeah, they're not so bad as the other ones, but they certainly are perished, look. I mean, pull that apart. I can whack my finger on it now. Not to worry. So I'm just going to loosen these other two. I'm not going to take them out. I'm going to do these one at a time. Because what you'll do is this will drop and you'll never line the living thing back up again. So it's going to be the same by the looks of it. Oh, I don't know. Well, they are a little bit bigger. They're a little bit bigger, those. Let's have a look. Always helps to have a selection of these things. Yeah, so you'll notice they've got a bigger hole. I mean, that's got a bigger hole, but I think that's just overall is too big. It's going to raise the tuning gang up a bit too high, I think, isn't it? I don't know. Way to find out is to try one in there. Cool. Grommets are a bit of a pig to get in, don't they? Actually, I think that is going to be my best bet. That's closer to the original. See what they tighten that like. Yeah, that's the way to go. So I'm going with the bigger ones. These other ones would fit, but I think the spacing would be wrong, because if you look at the three different types here, where's my other one? Again, if you see packs of grommets, especially old Imperial ones, pick them up, because it is difficult to get a match. There we are, that's three brand new grommets, look. So that one you can see is definitely taller than the other two. This one is the one I've used for the VHF tuner. This is the other one that would fit, but if you notice that they're nowhere near as deep. So the spacing is going to be wrong with those. And I think with the tuning gang we do need to have the spacing right, so I'm going to go with three of those. You get the idea now anyway. You don't need to see me fit the other two, but that's going to be exactly the same as I've just did with those. So bear with me, I'll get those done. Right, well that's the three grommets done that side as well now. It's nice and flexible still. Hopefully it hasn't changed any of the tuning, so I'm going to undo all this tape now and release the mechanism. Got a loose dial bulb there as well. Give that one a little bit of a spruce up while I'm here. Just a little bit of emery paper on the contact. Get rid of the corrosion that's in there. foam cleaner on the bulb, on the glass. Okay. While I'm at it, might as well give the contact in there a quick go over with some isopropyl. That's like a brass or gold contact in there. I think it's brass, I think. There we go, screw that one back in. Don't get too mad or you'll have a shattered bulb in your hand, in your fingers. Let's take all my tape off now anyway. Cool. I've used electrical tape. I did one of these once, not this one of these ones, but another radio with masking tape, thinking it would be less sticky, and it was less sticky, and it fell off. So this certainly has done the job of keeping it in place. So this is what I will be using in the future. Careful, because obviously I do not want to cut through the dial cord. That would be my worst nightmare, restringing one of these. Well, there's a lot worse than this out there, but there we go. Right, I'm going to lubricate all the pulleys now in that area. Don't know whether my oil pan has leaked or something. I think my, oh yeah, lovely, my shredder oil for my shredder has leaked everywhere by the looks of it. Luckily I've got a waterproof bottom on that box. But so again, I don't want to get any oil on the cord at all. Alright, just the tuning gang now, I think. Let's have a look at that one. Yeah, just a tuning gang to do now, so a little tiny bit in the bottom there. There, that's the servicing over and done with. What I've got to do now is get it back to some sort of normality, and then look at the alignment. And remember, I found this little bit knocking about in the case. Well, that goes over there like that. Trouble is, as soon as you assemble the radio, it falls out. So what I'll have to try and do is maybe just put a little bit of contact adhesive or something just there to hold it in place when I reassemble it. So next job's then, I've got to get it back together now. As you can see, all of this is disconnected. I've got wires unsoldered. Yeah, a little bit of a mess at the moment. I had one wire break off, this little one here, but I'm pretty sure that just, I've tacked another white one in there. Look, I'm pretty sure that just goes to there, but I will double check my photos in a bit just to make sure. I was worried with this board flopping about that I would lose something. But say, everything's recapped now, that capacitor's put back in, that's nice and rigid now, resoldered. What I will do is I'm going to go over this board and just check everything is, you know, you got one out, the likelihood is there's another one lurking somewhere. I'm also going to have a look and see what part of the circuit that's in, because I noticed the AFC was doing some strange things, so that might be in the AFC part of the circuit. Yeah, all the rest seems soldered, but I'm going to check the back of the board anyway, just to make 100% sure. So join me in a bit, I'll have it back together, and we'll give it its first test before I look at any alignments. One other thing I have got to do, I've just remembered, is this rubber washer that was like broken. It looks like it went around the whole lot and just kept this from jumping out. I know there's another one in there, but I'm pretty sure this goes on the outside of it. So what I'm going to do, I've got some O-rings here. I'm going to try and match up an O-ring of the same size. And I'm going to roll it, I'm going to undo this and just roll it along the cord there. Well, that's a platinum cord. I'm just going to loosen this, take this end off. The ferrite is what I was on about, not the cord. Okay. So that's a ferrite loose, I don't want to undo it all the way. Right, let's have a look. Slightly smaller than that one. Those. Fiddly little jobs, isn't it? Fiddly little jobs. But worth doing, as I say, it's a really lovely radio. The owner bought it from brand new back in the 80s. I think he said it was around 83 that he bought it, but say it's a 1984 set by the looks of it. So he's had it from brand new. There we go, it's just rolling that over. There we go, let's just keep everything in. Yeah, I've got a funny feeling that actually went the same place as the other one, but it does look bigger than that one. And it was hanging around the outside, so it's got to be around the outside. If not, it is now. Try and get the screw back in. There we go. Okay, right, as I was putting it back together. Okay, well, it's all rewired. I've wired all this lot here back in. Well, down here actually, on the FM tuner board. I've put my new wire in down the bottom here to join up the negative negative earth. I don't know. What do you call it? Anyway. Just thought I'd let you know there's one job that I haven't done before I plug it all in and test it. I also need to try and test the mains. Unfortunately, the owner didn't pop the lead in for me, so I can't really 100% test that. I'm going to see if I can rig something up to test that anyway. I'm sure I can think of something. I can cobble something up to test that, I'm sure. But yeah, I forgot to clean all these turret tuner contacts, so that's my next job, is like the mega turret tuner cleanup situation. Yeah, I was just thinking I can probably, if I switch it to FM, I can probably undo these and get this out as well for cleaning. That might make it easier. I'm not sure though how many screws are in the thing. No, there's nuts and bolts. I might be able to just undo these two outer ones. Let's have a look. Yeah, so with it in FM mode, there's only two contacts, which basically shorts out the turret tuner and switches in the FM tuner down below. So yeah, it looks like I can get that out. Again, another scary thing. Not done this before, but you know, I want to make a proper job of this radio. So it has got sentimental value again. Yeah, look at that. That really allows me good clearance to do all of this. You can see there is certainly muck on these. Some are bent a little bit more than others, but I don't think that's going to hurt. I might just give them a little tweak just to even them all up. So I think the plan of attack on that is just get you in a little bit closer. I'm sure you can see it from there, but there we go. So I've just undone the screws and let that down. You can see it is, I mean, there's a lot of light shining on at the moment, but I'm sure you can see how grubby that is. Let's cut that a little bit further. Yeah, so they are pretty dirty, so it does need doing. Let's say plan of attack on that's going to be isopropyl and cotton buds. I don't want to use anything abrasive on these. The contacts on the little boards are a lot more robust. They can take a bit of mucking about, but that's the first one, look. So sounds like your chickens are laying as well. I think Bella could be getting a bit broody again though, typical. Speckled Moran, apparently renowned for it. Yeah, it's pretty gungy, isn't it? So I'm glad I took that bit off now. Much easier than trying doing it in situ. Again, this really does account for a lot of the problems with these radios. I do like them. I mustn't say it because my missus might hear, but I must get myself one of these. I do like it. It's a lovely radio. There we go, happy with that. That's pretty good. Yeah, these contacts are pretty dirty as well. Again, I'll see how they come up. I shouldn't need to do any abrasive on them. I have done them before with a fiberglass pencil, but I think if you do get one of these radios where you're actually getting AM come through as well as FM, like a double imaging sort of sound, then it's going to be these FM contacts not making properly. So yeah, the contact area is really just that bit on the bend. That's the only bit that contacts it. I think actually I will get some very fine, if I can find some. That's a bit coarse there. I've got some very fine emery paper somewhere. Where has it gone? Oh, there we are. This is like 1,000 grit, something like that. It's really really fine. Before you do any sanding, make sure that you don't get any bits in the radio. So I should be doing that down here. So say this is about 1000 grit wet and dry. It's not going to take hardly anything off the surface, it's just get rid of the muck hopefully. And give it a little dab off afterwards. It's quite good actually with that contacts out the way, you can get it a little bit easier. So again, I'm just going to go over and clean them. Surprising how well they come up actually. I don't know how much you can see there. That's probably a bit better for you. There we go. Yes, it's surprising how well they come up. Yeah, see, I've gone over them now, but they're still a little bit tarnished, so I'm just going to go and give them a quick going over with this. So I'm going to carry on. I'm going to do all the rest of them. I mean, there's obviously, what have we got? 5 short waves, long wave, medium wave and FM, so I've got 8 of these to do. There's 2 down, 6 to go, so bear with me, I'll get them all done. Okay, just finishing up doing this particular one, but I'm just bringing you in on this one here, this pin. You notice there's something sticking out the side. Now this particular row, it's the second one I've had of this, there's actually a little solder ball stuck to the thing there, look at that. And if I'd left that in, you can guarantee that that would be dropping out into the radio. But that's 2 now that I've had. Naughty, naughty Mr. Russian. So I put this together as not cleaned it up very well, unfortunately. But anyway, there you are. Just thought I'd show you that while I was at it. That's 2 so far I've found.